Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of It Is What It Is podcast. I'm your host, Cody Kelly. I have a great episode today. It's featured I'm a Black Cop. Please hear me. I have my very special friend and guest, Jeremiah Smith. He is a police officer. He wanted to chime in. Now, I just want to start off before we introduce him. He's not speaking on behalf of all police officers. He can only speak for himself, just like I can only speak for myself, just like you can only speak for yourself. But I believe if we get enough collective voices speaking for themselves, you'll truly have a movement. So please welcome my very special friend and guest, Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah, welcome to the show.
How y'all doing?
Good. Well, it's been an interesting week, to say the least. I think that's the best way to phrase it. I really want to tackle just some, I think, interesting kind of leadway, right? So first, I want to start here. You're obviously a state trooper, you're a police officer. What was your initial reaction to the George Floyd murder into Officer Chauvin?
Well, don't get me wrong, it was messed up. It was messed up. I mean, if you look at the videos or whatever, I mean, just grabbing by the neck is just from training. You don't grab by the neck. You don't do anything. The knee on no neck like that. I mean, from my personal view, I think it was messed up. It could have been handled better than that. I mean, the force that force. It wasn't even that necessary. Once you have him down on the ground or whatever, I mean, there's no way he could go. You got other officers there with you. So, I kind of think it just wasn't right. I mean, you could have thought about that, but some people, in this field, it gets to a point where you get carried away. Stuff get too far, and I think he just overdid it, and now look at it.
Yeah, I've heard kind of between you and our former guests talking about that's not the way training happens, right? Like this is not where training. What is the proper technique when you're in training when it comes to approaching somebody of suspicious activity? What is the first thing you're supposed to do and things you're not supposed to do? Can you walk that through with me?
All right. Okay, so situations that we have, you approach a situation with a person. Of course, I'm approaching you with respect. I'm not gonna be aggressive like that. If anything, your whole thing is, your whole job and your motive is to try to de-escalate the situation before it gets too, out of control. So you want to try to control the situation before stuff get out of control. So I mean, or if a person doesn't comply, with handcuffing or whatever, of course you're gonna have to, use a little bit of force. But you don't want to get out of your character. You don't want to get out of your character. You don't want to. Let me say what I want to say. You don't want to, overdo it. You don't want to just use it. The proper things that we use is you don't want to excessive force. You don't want to do excessive force. So, I mean, if you can get your subject down to, and handcuff and comply, you're good without pulling out a gun. Because, I mean, if he doesn't have a weapon, you don't need to pull out yours. If y'all fighting, if you're wrestling back and forth, You mean, if he doesn't have a weapon, I should pull mine. And that's with me. I'm never going to pull a weapon out, taser, pepper spray, I'm not going to do, none of that unless I have to. Stuff like that. If that my subject doesn't have any kind of weapon or whatever, there's no need for me to, do that.
So you hit upon it if the subject doesn't have a weapon, and I think that gives a great segue. Over the weekend, we saw the unfortunate killing Rashawn Brooks, a man that literally was in the drive-thru with Wendy's. Allegedly, he reached for the officer's taser and then started to run away because he was trying to defend for his life, shot in the back. He doesn't have a weapon. What should have happened? What went wrong there?
Well, from what I've heard, he was I guess he was doing a breathalyzer test or whatever, and I guess he's trying to run or whatever, and I saw the video when he wrestled him down or whatever, and they say he took the taser or whatever. Okay, that's the taser. He was running away. He's running away. You already have his information on the car, like whatever information you have on him, so he can't get far. If he's drunk, he can't get far. He has a taser. So okay, 9 times out of 10, he probably don't know how to use that taser in the first place. Okay, you got to remember he's not in his right mind. He's intoxicated. Okay, so with that being said, okay, I'm gonna run. I'm attacking him. You only got one shot with that taser, dude, and you probably don't know how to use it. And okay, we have a vest. We got vest on. You got a partner. There's no way I'm gonna pull out a gun to terminate him, who's not in his right mind, intoxicated, has a taser that he probably does not know how to use, and think he's drunk. He's not that far. He gonna run. So it's so many ways that you can get him without having to shoot nobody that's running away from you.
Right.
That's what you can get that taser back. We can get that, but right now in just this month, or I would say alone, with everything going on, there's no way that I would want to try to take down anybody with a gun with all of this going down, especially a black man. Right now that's not the right time for us. A lot of people are not really happy with police officers. So I think that situation should have been handled definitely a little more without the deadly force being used.
Yeah. I want to go there. Like you said, it's not a good time for police officers. You are in a very unique situation. You're a police officer. You're also an African American male, and I'm sure there's parallel and contrast there, right? When you put on your uniform and you go through your day, what goes through your head? Can you take me into the mindset when you start your shift? What is really consuming your thoughts?
From the time in the morning, when you put that uniform on, it's like, is this gonna be the last time I come home? Is this where am I gonna end up? Am I gonna be able to walk back through these doors when I come home when I put that uniform on? Because the time you put that uniform on, you walk out the door, you're a target. So, when you get to work, anything can happen. You can get attacked. It's so many people with so many different personalities, so many people with mental issues that that's going on. It's a lot of people out here, like now, that they have a hit out for police officers. You've seen lately that police officers have been getting shot at and everything. So every day it's like you putting your life on the line. You don't know exactly what's gonna happen. You don't know where you're gonna end up. So it's just man, you just gotta you just gotta ask God for protection every time you put this suit on and you go to work, and you just like, man, I got this God cover me every day I leave in whatever situation I go to. So in your head, that's what's going through. Like, am I gonna come home the same way, or am I gonna come home at all?
That raises a very interesting point. It seems like there's a lot of trauma. Maybe both parties, the African American community and the police officers themselves. It seems like the relationship has created so much tension that it's an unhealthy space.
Right.
To you, because you've been on both sides. There was a time you were not a police officer. Now you are a police officer. The term defunding is being thrown around, right? And to the left, as I stated before, on a very high level, that means reallocating resources. To very extreme left, that means totally getting rid of police in general. To the right, that just means getting rid of. There's no high, upper, lower, or mid, average. So to you, police reform, defunding, what should and shouldn't happen?
All right. Okay. So just the funding. I mean, let's think. So if you abolish police, right? Let's take them out. Okay. Yeah. That means whatever happens. So if the crime number was definitely gonna go out the roof. You have no police. You're not funding it. So what do you do now when you have people that's and not thinking for people that know it's not no consequences.
Right.
So it's like everybody's going to run crazy. So okay, the looting happened. So what are you going to have to do now? There's no police to protect it. Shooting, killing. We have that every summer. The crime rate is high. Killing is terrible. We got kids out here dying left and right. So if we defund all these, who's protecting us? Okay, I understand that one person might have messed, a few might have messed up, but what about the good cops that that are out here actually doing their job, that go to work and do their job? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a black officer as well, so I mean, I'm with I'm with my people and everything. So you put me out, of jobs now. Now I'm out. So I mean, now since I'm out, they tear up all the stores, they do everything. Now everyone's out of jobs now. So now you mess that up. I mean, with just that alone, stuff is going to get way out of hand. I don't think people actually thinking about that. Like, we not thinking like, if we get rid of the police, oh man, this is gonna happen. Somebody gonna burn down my house. Okay, oh yeah, well, ain't nothing we can do about that. Somebody getting shot outside. It's a shooting outside right now. Oh, then nothing you can do about that. Just like when everybody broke in the stores, they didn't think, oh man, we got to come back here. Grandma got to get her medicine. Oh, my baby got to get the infant meal. Oh, we gonna need food for this. We gonna need that. Nobody thought, but we just at the moment, people just at the it's at that moment where people just really want, like, all right, we just need the police gone because they keep doing this, they keep doing that. Yes, I mean it should be definitely stronger consequences for officers who mistreat the law or abuse the law. That they should be defunded. They're the ones. But I don't think you should just get rid of police at all, because that's gonna really. If you all think stuff is bad now,
Yeah.
let's see what happened then. If when they defund police.
I'm gonna take a question from my audience. The audience member Amber Williams goes on the stage. Mental health professionals. What is your opinion on replacing police officers with trained mental health professionals in certain nonviolent situations? So basically, call you get is a nonviolent situation. Somebody that is perceived to be mentally ill. Should there be a division within the police organization, task force, that can handle that appropriately, and it is treated differently from other situations?
Nonviolent situations can turn violent real quick.
Okay.
I mean, and it definitely can change real quick. I mean, they have, you got people that's, you got some people that's mental, and we got people that comes out. Okay, we're in a situation. We got somebody that's mentally, somebody that's under the mental health field that could come out. All right, we're gonna talk you down from doing whatever you're doing. I'm here with you on this and that. And then another thing is, every officer, like for me, we had a week of mental health training. So we all had to go through a mental health training, these hours. You certified that you had to go through for a mental health training. So I mean, replacing, I don't know. I don't know about. I don't think you want to do that either, because, like I said, non-violent situations turn violent real quick.
Nonviolent.
It all the time.
What would you say, because you brought this up, there's good cops that would be affected. And I keep saying, and I keep hearing, not keep saying, but I keep hearing that, okay, this might be 1%, like Trump said, 1% of people that are acting like this, these bad actors, doesn't eradicate the 99% good cops that we have. I don't think that's a fair assessment, because 99 to 1 ratio just, to me, is more of an exception than the norm. You're a police officer. Obviously, I'm not one. And obviously, I don't need, you don't have to spill the beans on anybody. But in your experiences, percentage of, in all honesty, police officers that you really feel, and obviously you don't know what's in somebody's heart, but you feel that will not allow hatred, bigotry to ultimately inform their decisions. What percentage of police officers do you think that is?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I need to be honest with you on this one. It's not a lot of us.
Gotcha.
It's not a lot of us that understands us.
Gotcha.
You have a lot of, I have to say,
Gotcha.
that that comes from that background of they never been on our side of town.
Mm-hmm.
They lived somewhere in nice areas. So when they get put back down here, only thing that they hear is, oh, black people do this, they steal, they kill, they do this, they, everything. That's all you get. So I say about a good, that it's not, it's bad, man. I don't even know. I would say probably like a good 50%. It's bad. It's like
50% of cops are racist. That's what's going on in the state. Wow.
it's not. It's you got
Cops
some
are
people that
racist.
it's not. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not, Cody. It's not. You got very. It's like
Yeah.
a small. It's a small handful of good officers. You got a small ratio
Gotcha.
that I would say, or well, I would say a good. Let me see about how many. I'm gonna go say 65%, and then the rest is just
65%.
that you probably got. That's good. I promise. That's good. You got some good officers, but
Okay.
then on the other end, you got
Got about 35% bad actors.
or
Gotcha.
sometimes depending on what area, you might have 95% bad actors in a good five, depending on what area. Depending on what area you are in, you know.
Look, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't have a follow-up. 95% bad actors depending on the area. Let's go to a question from our audience. How do you reconcile being a member of quote unquote blue in the midst of protesting Black Lives Matter? This is from obviously the head deacon of Freedom Temple. So, right. Is it just that's your call, is your job, regardless of the current state, you still have to perform?
Right, yeah. So, right, man. Hey, it's just all right. So it's just my okay. I support Black Lives Matter, and everything. But at the end of the day, it's still my job. But I know where I came from, so
Gotcha.
I don't never forget where I came from. So I'm not gonna act and treat my people like that. So, and I'm not gonna treat nobody of no different type of I don't
Mm-hmm.
care if you're white, blue, orange, Hispanic. What I'm not gonna treat you no different than what I'm gonna be fair to everybody. But I mean, I'm still I'm with the. I'm not gonna say, oh no, I ain't with y'all or whatever. I'm still I'm all pro for the Black Lives Matter
Gotcha.
and still being blue because I still got to eat. Right?
You're right. I hear you. So you're obviously one of the good guys. If I could vote for a police chief, I would vote for you right now. That's not because I know you. I just want to get out of tickets, and I know you would get me out. When I'm speeding. So what does public safety look like in the future? Let's say you're with Governor Pritzker, Mayor Lightfoot. They're putting together a total reform on policing, and they like, Jeremiah, we want you to lead this. What does that look like going forward? What does reform look like?
Reforms for public safety definitely should be, man. It's got to be better than what it is. It should be definitely better. It's man. You have to for Chicago. I would say for us, you got to put like more. I would want to say like blacks in our area that that's not so quick to you know react and to do stuff that that other people wouldn't do. So you got stuff got to be better. It can't be shoot first, ask questions later. It can't be shoot first, ask questions later. You gotta be able to de-escalate. I think you should be able to de-escalate situations a lot better than coming up to a scene being aggressive and not knowing what's going on. I see a lot of that, even on the job. A lot of people, they just, just the first thing they do is, oh, all right, cuff up, get out on the ground, get out. I may go up to ask, what's going on first before I, assert the situation first before you, start to react, because that's how a lot of things get out of hand. You can handle situations a lot better. A lot of them don't think, it's just, a lot of them are scared. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them they're scared, but like I said, when you never been in a community, you never worked around where we have to be around in our area. Of course, you're gonna be like that. In some instance, you have to be, but not all the time. So I think it should be, it should be more better steps before you use deadly force. If deadly force is not being, presented to me, I'm not gonna present it to you.
Right.
So that's what I think it should be better. And if you can't handle, situations without using deadly force, you don't need to be a police officer.
I get it. Let me ask you this: do you think the officers of Breonna Taylor should be arrested?
Now that one. That's that one. I mean, Cody, I don't, man.
It's all right. I know. Put you on the spot with that one. I'll put you on the spot.
No. You didn't. You know what? The whole coming through the door.
Yeah. No knock warrants.
Right. I mean, okay, I'm coming through the door, and if I'm saying, oh, hey, no knock warrants or whatever. If you didn't get no knock warrant, you just bust through the door and just start shooting. Yes, yes, you do. You don't know who a kid could have been there, elderly, like anybody, and she said so happened to be the person that was right there. So if you, for your actions, yes. I mean, because you didn't give nobody a warning that, oh, most people, when we come to the door, oh, police, open up.
Right.
You just bust through the door, and the wrong house at that.
Right, the wrong house.
The wrong house at that. So I mean, you should be accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
Definitely be accountable for your actions.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, they gotta pay for that one.
They gotta pay for it. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I think that, first of all, I want to applaud your courage. That takes gall, right? To speak truth to power, to answer those hard questions, questions that can bring implications because, like you said, you're part of the fraternal order of police as well. And you share a common brotherhood, but at the same time, justice is justice, right? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Where can people connect with you? Obviously, like I said before, you're one of those good guys. You're out here. You're not only servicing the South Side of Chicago, you also live in the South Side of Chicago. You're also one of those good actors, good police officers that are actively going about trying to create a better and safer community for everyone. What are you connected to that people can follow you at?
Well, of course, I'm your friend on Facebook.
All right.
All you gotta do is find add Cody, find Jeremiah. So where you can catch me at Freedom Temple when church opened back up. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's where.
That's where
you can catch me. That's where you connect me at.
All right. Well, Jeremiah, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your courage. I appreciate your honesty. And I just want to thank you again for being on the show. Thank you for giving your time. And I really appreciate your efforts. I know that you put your life on the line every single day to protect people that don't even know you and that don't think twice about it. But we really appreciate your efforts. We appreciate you being one of those good guys that can speak truth to power and that can be that example for all individuals going forward. Well, guys, it's all the time I have. I appreciate it. Until next time, thanks.